In a bid to make commercial supersonic flight possible, NASA has unveiled its new quiet supersonic aircraft in California.
Now, NASA and Lockheed Martin have unveiled what they call the next generation of supersonic aircraft.
Imagine if you could fly from New York to London in just a few hours. NASA and Lockheed Martin have unveiled the X59 Quest, a supersonic plane designed to turn sonic booms into gentle thumps. This breakthrough could make ultra-fast flights over land a reality, shrinking our vast world into a cozy neighborhood. But when will we start soaring across the skies in these revolutionary jets? Join us as we explore this exciting future of transportation. The silent boom, transforming supersonic travel. Now, with the X59 Quest, NASA and Lockheed Martin think they have found a way to solve this problem. They have redesigned the plane to turn the loud sonic boom into a much quieter sound, more like a gentle thump. This change could make supersonic travel over land possible and welcomed. When will we see this technology used in commercial flights? The arrival of the X59 could start a new era of fast travel, where international flights only take a few hours. This could change how we connect with the world, making distant places feel closer than ever. Keep an eye out, as the future of supersonic travel might be nearer than you think. Cities where military jets roared across the sky, many people were unhappy with the noise. They didn't like the loud sounds or how their windows shook from the sonic booms. Because of these complaints, rules were made that slowed progress in transportation for many years. But in 2016, NASA decided to change this. They asked Lockheed Martin and other companies to design a new kind of plane. This plane would fly faster than sound over land, but without the loud noise of older jets. The challenge was to create a plane that could fly very fast, but only make a noise level of 75 PLB, which measures how loud sounds feel to us, not the actual decibels. To understand, 75 PLDB is like the soft hum of a dishwasher. This is much quieter compared to the Concorde's 105 PLB, which was as loud as a chainsaw. In 2018, after looking at different designs, NASA chose Lockheed Martin to build this new plane. The real challenge was making a fast plane that wouldn't disturb people on the ground. NASA's goal was to make supersonic travel possible again, but in a way that wouldn't bother people's everyday lives. This new project aimed to bring back the excitement of fast travel without the noise problems. Lockheed Martin took on a big challenge. They agreed to build and deliver a new kind of plane, later named the X59, as part of the Quiet Supersonic Technology Program sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. This project aimed to create a supersonic jet that wouldn't make loud booms as it flew. By November 2018, the first part of the X59 was made in Palmdale, California. This was the start of putting the plane together. By May 2019, the main parts were assembled, showing real progress in building the aircraft. Progress kept moving along, and by November 2022, a big step was taken. The General Electric F414 GE100 engine, also used in the U.S. Navy's F-18 Super Hornet, was installed in the X59. This engine was placed on top of the plane instead of the bottom. This unique placement helped keep the lower part of the plane smooth, which is important for reducing shock waves that cause loud booms during supersonic flight. With this design, the plane's sonic boom would be no more than a whisper as it flew by. Just when it seemed over, a new twist brought more excitement. The silent revolution in supersonic flight. As the plane neared completion, it went through many tough tests to make sure everything worked well. These tests included checking its weight, fuel system, and how it handled vibrations. Surprisingly, the X59 weighed less than expected, which is a rare and impressive achievement in aircraft development. This delighted the entire Lockheed Martin team and highlighted the precision and innovation involved in the project. It also promised a new era in aviation, where supersonic travel could happen without the loud noise usually linked to such high speeds. The X-59 jet made a brief appearance in front of the world's media, but it wasn't quite ready for its big moment yet. It still needed its final touches, a vibrant coat of red, white, and blue, the colors it would wear proudly as it soared through the skies. Finally, on January 12th, NASA and Lockheed Martin officially introduced the X-59 quiet supersonic aircraft. This day was a big milestone, showing what can be done with dedication and creative thinking. NASA Deputy Administrator Pam Melroy was thrilled. "In just a few short years, we've turned an ambitious idea into a real thing," she said. The journey from concept to completion showed the hard work of everyone involved. The X-59 isn't just any aircraft. It's a pioneering machine designed to change how we think about air travel, possibly cutting down travel times a lot. But this wasn't the most impressive part. Lockheed Martin also shared some amazing details about the aircraft. It's 99.7 feet long and 29.5 feet wide, with every inch designed carefully. This aircraft promises to push the boundaries of technology and bring people closer together faster than ever. This unveiling wasn't just about showing off a new airplane. It was about setting the stage for a new era in aviation, where the sky is no longer the limit, but just the beginning. The X-59 is designed to reach a speed of Mach 1.4, which is about 925 miles per hour at 55,000 feet. This incredible speed can lead to amazing new uses. Imagine quicker medical responses in emergencies, much faster shipping times, and, of course, shorter air travel times. When the X-59 was revealed, the audience couldn't contain their excitement. Phones were raised to capture photos of the jet, which shone brightly under the stage lights in red and blue. This moment was a big step forward in aviation technology. The X-59, with its unique and striking design, was showcased in all its glory. It has a long, pointed nose that looks like a beak, stretching 38 feet forward. This design isn't just for looks. It helps manage the shock waves created during supersonic flight. According to NASA, this feature is crucial for how the jet interacts with air particles at high speeds, allowing it to move through the air more efficiently and reduce the loud sonic boom usually heard with supersonic jets. The audience wasn't just looking at a new aircraft. They were seeing a glimpse into the future of aviation. The X-59 promises to change how we think about speed, efficiency, and air travel. The excitement was clear as people realized the jet's potential impact, from speeding up travel to revolutionizing rescue missions and shipping with its incredible capabilities. After the reveal, the real challenge began. Behind the glass, navigating the skies without a front window. Flying the X-59 jet is very different from piloting any regular airplane because it doesn't have a front window. Pilots have to use NASA's new external vision system, which is a special technology that replaces the normal front view with an augmented reality display. This system uses a forward-facing camera and a screen inside the cockpit, along with custom software that processes the images. This setup not only gives the pilot a view of what's ahead, but also shows important flight information in clear detail right in front of them. The unveiling of the X-59 was a big moment, but it's just the beginning of a long journey. After showing off the jet, the next steps are to get ready for the first flight and then move on to tests that will push the jet past the speed of sound. Catherine Baum, the manager of NASA's Low Boom Flight Demonstrator project and the lead developer of the X-59, said in an official statement that with the unveiling done, the team is now ready to face these new challenges. They are fully focused on preparing for the first flight, making sure every system and protocol is perfectly set up for this unique aircraft. The systems testing engine started, marking an important day for the X-59, a new supersonic aircraft. This morning was set aside for key tests to make sure the aircraft was ready to fly. The X-59 had been eagerly awaited, with its first flight initially planned for the previous year. However, unexpected problems had delayed this event. Last October, officials announced the first flight would be postponed to 2024. They shared that during 2023, several technical problems had come up, making the launch difficult. One major issue was with the backup safety computers, which sometimes malfunctioned. This posed risks for both the aircraft and its future passengers, showing just how complex creating advanced technology can be. The Quest team, in charge of developing the aircraft, decided to run a series of flight tests at the Skunk Works facility. This place was picked for its long history and expertise in aviation, making it perfect for the X59's groundbreaking tests. The team worked hard, running simulations and making adjustments to fine-tune every system on the aircraft. Once the initial tests at Skunk Works were done, the plan was to move the X59 to NASA's Armstrong Flight Research Center in Edwards, California. This center would be the main base for further testing and research. Moving to this center was strategic, as it was equipped to handle the demanding requirements of supersonic testing. The aircraft's journey wasn't just about testing its abilities, but also about making sure it could operate in civilian airspace without causing problems. Part of the X-59's testing included flights over residential areas. This was essential because the aircraft was built to reduce the loud sonic booms that usually come with supersonic flight. If successful, the X-59 would lead to a new era of fast air travel, where noise is no longer a barrier, but a challenge that technology can overcome. However, the challenges didn't stop there. Every step of the testing process was carefully planned and carried out, showing the magnitude of the task. The goal was to push the limits of aviation, making supersonic flight more accessible and less disruptive. The hard work at Skunk Works and later at the Armstrong Flight Research Center was crucial in moving toward this goal. This journey demonstrated that with innovation and perseverance, new possibilities for travel could be unlocked in the skies. The X-59's next tests promised big discoveries. The future of supersonic travel, a community perspective. NASA has chosen various spots across the United States with different landscapes and weather conditions to make flying smoother for the next generation of supersonic aircraft. They want to study how these fast planes affect us, especially the loud sonic booms that have worried people in the past. NASA plans to work closely with the local communities in these areas to see how they react to the noise. They want to find out if a sonic boom of 75 decibels is acceptable to most people. This isn't just about collecting data, but also about involving people in a process that could change their daily lives if supersonic planes become common. The data collected from these communities will be very important. NASA will share it with the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration and other international regulatory bodies. They hope to show that the rules can be changed, making it easier for these super-fast planes to fly regularly. NASA's plan shows a big step towards combining new technology in aviation with public opinion. They want to make sure that the advances in speed and efficiency are acceptable to everyone. This method reflects a move towards more community-involved and eco-friendly decisions in aviation technology. It could lead to an exciting new era in transportation. Right now, commercial airlines are thinking about flying over routes that were once off-limits, like the one from New York to Los Angeles. This could cut flight times in half. However, we still don't know exactly what these futuristic planes will look like or who will make them. The X-59 is a big step forward, but it's not a final model for production. Instead, it's a starting point for more innovation in aviation technology. Several companies like Hermeus, Boom, and Spike are trying to build supersonic passenger planes. They hope to have these jets flying in the next 10 years. But it's still unclear if these new jets will use the findings from the Quest program. The Quest program's insights are crucial for solving the problems of supersonic travel, but bringing these advancements into commercial aviation has many technical and regulatory challenges. These companies have a tough job. They need to perfect the technology and deal with the complicated rules of international aviation. Plus, the environmental impact of supersonic travel, especially the noise and fuel consumption, is another big challenge. So, while cutting travel times in half is exciting, the road to making supersonic passenger flights a reality is filled with major obstacles and fierce competition among top aerospace companies. This problem goes back to the days of the Concorde, a famous supersonic passenger jet that could fly from New York to London in about 3.5 hours. The sonic boom's noise level increases a lot with just a small rise in decibels. For example, an increase of just 3 decibels makes the sound twice as loud, leading to a huge jump in sound pressure. The Concorde's boom, at 105 dB, was 1,024 times louder than that of the newer, quieter supersonic jets being developed today. To give you an idea of the noise level we are talking about, the Concorde's engines were as loud as a chainsaw, producing about 105 decibels. To address this noise problem, NASA gave Lockheed Martin a big contract worth $247.52 million to create the low-boom X-plane. Even though the U.S. Air Force officially named the plane the X59 in June 2018, the journey to make a much quieter supersonic jet was just beginning. With each step, the X59 story became more thrilling. The future of quiet supersonic flight. By early November 2018, Lockheed Martin started making the first parts of the X59 in Palmdale, California. Things moved quickly, and by May 2019, they had put together the major structural parts of the plane. This quick progress showed the dedication and skills of the team working on it. Jump to November 2022, and something very important happened. They installed the General Electric F414 GE100 engine, which is also used in the U.S. Navy's F-18 Super Hornet, into the X-59. But here's the interesting part. The engine was placed on top of the aircraft. This design helps to prevent shock waves from hitting the ground, reducing the sonic boom to just a soft thump. During its development, the X-59 went through lots of testing, including ground vibration tests, weight checks, and fuel system evaluations. Surprisingly, the plane ended up weighing less than expected, thanks to the innovative engineering by Lockheed Martin's team. This was a pleasant surprise for everyone involved. In August 2023, the X-59 was shown to the public for the first time. However, it still needed its final paint job, a striking red, white, and blue design. The official debut of the X-59, also known as the Quiet Supersonic Aircraft, happened on January 12, 2024. This marked a huge moment in aviation history. NASA and Lockheed Martin presented a solution to one of the biggest challenges in aviation, reducing the noise of supersonic flight while keeping performance and safety intact. This breakthrough not only shows the potential for quieter supersonic travel, but also opens the door for future innovations in aerospace technology. It became clear just how important it was to stop and talk about the amazing advances in aviation technology. This unique aircraft, with its very long nose, shows how quickly we can go from a big idea to a real working plane in a surprisingly short time. The X-59 spacecraft, developed by NASA, is set to change how we travel by air, making faraway places feel closer. This aircraft is about 66 feet long and 30 feet wide. It's built to fly at Mach 1.4, which means it can go as fast as 925 miles per hour. It flies high at about 56,000 feet. The company that made it, Lockheed Martin, is really proud of it. They say it can make medical services quicker, cut down on shipping delays, and speed up trips for passengers. When the X-59 was revealed, the crowd cheered and quickly took out their smartphones to snap pictures of this new jet, glowing in red and blue stage lights. The presentation highlighted its long, beak-like nose that measures 12 meters, a special feature meant to handle the shockwaves created during supersonic flight. According to NASA's 2021 announcement, this long nose isn't just for looks. It's crucial for aerodynamics and means the plane doesn't have a front windscreen. Instead, pilots use an external vision system, or XVS, to see where they are going. Some people think this is a strange and extreme change, but it was needed to reduce the loud sonic booms. This shows a brave move forward in airplane design. This aircraft not only promises to change how we think about travel distances, but also shows off the advanced skills of today's aerospace engineers. It points to a future where long-distance travel becomes routine, making global interactions more common and immediate. The X59 might lead the way for a new era of supersonic travel, making the world feel smaller and letting us cross the skies with incredible speed and efficiency. What do you think? Will the X59 revolutionize air travel or face insurmountable challenges? Let us know in the comments, like, and subscribe for more.